Hello there, this is Adam Shaw, I'm the Heart Guy, and today you find me with intuitive life coach and a very good friend of mine and somebody that I've worked with repeatedly, and that's Fiona Maguire. Hi Fiona, thanks for joining me here today.
Good to be with you again.
Yeah, now you've put together a key to awareness process, but before we talk about that, tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, my degree is in psychology. With that I used to work in the NHS and the social services as an outreach worker and an assistant psychologist. I worked in a psychiatric unit with children and I worked in the community with children and their families. But I've been doing what I do now for the last over 15 years, so getting on a bit.
We won't talk about ages just yet. And so tell us a bit about the key to awareness. What is it?
Key to awareness is a process that's divided into two parts that work together. The first part is about really understanding yourself. It's about understanding your thoughts and your emotions and the patterns that we have with them. And it's about understanding how that affects your actions. Because I believe that your thoughts and your emotions definitely affect your actions, and all of those thoughts, emotions and actions affect the way you experience the world, the way you experience reality, your own reality, because you create your own world.
So what sort of symptoms would people need the key to awareness to resolve?
People that come to see me are having sleep problems, they're having headache problems, there's a sense of nauseousness, there's a sense of lack of purpose, feeling demotivated and lost. Any
pains associated with that?
Often it will be back pains or like migraines, pains in the head. And some people just in their heart really, their heart begins to ache because they're not really doing what they want to do with their life.
What makes your process different from all the other processes out there?
It's a very practical process. The first part of it is 9 steps, and you're just asked to notice things progressively from one step to the other. So it's a very practical process that you do as part of your life. You don't need to set time off aside to do it. You just get on with the process. And the second part is how do you release the emotions and the thoughts and the conditioning that's stuck in your body so you can embody awareness and really be you rather than the conditioned you or the you think you have to be.
What's been your biggest challenge on this path?
Actually writing the book. You know, teaching it was easy for me. Teaching the process was easy for me. Sharing my knowledge is something I love to do. And really, my knowledge of awareness, I'm not teaching you that, I'm teaching you how to access your own awareness. I'm teaching you how to notice who you are and what triggers you and what gives you choice, because awareness is about choice. But when it came to writing the book, putting everything I know intuitively into a book that made sense, that people would read and it would make sense to them, I found that difficult.
I bet it did. And
yeah.
Not only that, but you're dyslexic as well, aren't you?
I am, yes. Yeah. So that raised its head a few times while writing the book. So, a few funny moments with my editor. What does this mean? What do you mean? It's obvious what that says.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine that would be quite challenging. What's been the most rewarding part for you in your current journey?
People buying the book, which I call a manual, really, because it's written so people can teach themselves the key to awareness process, which is cheaper than obviously doing one-to-one work with me or attending workshops. And I've had some amazing testimonials about it, it's changed their life, they've stopped worrying, they've stopped procrastinating, they're more patient, their work has come on, their relationships have improved, their whole life's improved through them just being able to go, I have choice, I don't have to react, I have choice in how I act. Yeah,
and of course you haven't just done this in the UK either, have you?
No, last year I was at the Festival of Enlightenment and I had quite a few clients in America and a few in Australia and a few in Norway.
So, international speaker and producer and creator of the Key to Awareness as well, which is pretty impressive, I have to say. There was a good lineup at that festival, as I understand.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, there were some dear friends there and some new ones that I made, which is beautiful.
Yeah. So for people watching this, well, firstly, one thing that I haven't asked you is, your target audience is very specific, isn't it?
Yeah, the people that generally come to see me is entrepreneurial women. So women that generally have had a professional career or are still in a professional career, and they just have this passion to create something different, whatever that may be. It may be in the same field, it may be in a different field, and yet there's something they recognise, that there's something inside of them that's stopping them from moving forward. Because it's definitely not how professional they are, or it's not their skills, because they have an amazing skill set, but it's just often their emotional baggage, it's their conditioning, it's thoughts and perceptions they hold about themselves that are no longer true, and they're just finally fed up of it and they want to get rid of it. So they come to me because I have a reputation of doing it quickly, clearly and easily.
Brilliant. And for people watching this now, what can you give them, an exercise, a practical exercise that they can literally take away with them and start to get more aware?
It's as simple as, what do you do in your life that makes you happy? Instead of just worrying about what's wrong or perceiving there's something wrong with you, change the way you are, change your situation now. Think of something that makes you happy and go and do it. I know that sounds very simple, but do it. If it's walking the dog, walking in nature, sitting still, breathing, whatever it is, please give yourself a moment, go and do it. Do what makes you happy.
Often it is the simplicity that's the hardest thing for people to understand, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So for people that would like to get to know you a bit more, or maybe contact you about your work, how do they go about that?
If you go to my website, realenergy4all.com, you'll see that I'm giving away free audios on grounding. Grounding is an exercise, it's an amazing exercise to get from frustration, stress, overwhelm to clarity and focus and move forward in your life now. All you need to do is go to the website realenergyforall.com, sign in your details and you get instant access to the audios. Do yourself a favour and get them today.
Fiona, thanks very much for joining me today.
Thanks Adam, it's been a pleasure.
And for everyone out there, be healthier, be happier and have some fun along the way.